Welcome to my weekly spiel. Welcome to my weekly spiel. Yada yada blah blah blah. It's time for Margaret's weekly spiel. Greetings and salutations. This is Margaret Franklin at Margaret Franklin Creations. From Margaret Franklin Creations. I'm not at there now, obviously. I am sitting in a bus shelter waiting for Life Labs to open because let the bells ring and the banners fly. I'm going to finally get my blood work done at last. Oh, I meant to do it on Tuesday, but there was such a long lineup, complete with babies and toddlers. I just said, screw it. This can't happen today. Just seeing that made me lose spoons. And I thought the only way to beat the system is get there early so to avoid the lineup and be one of the first ones in. But the place isn't even fucking open yet. Doors are locked. They don't open automatically when they're closed. So, I haven't been around much doing my posts lately because everything has just been so crazy busy and I'm so exhausted all the time. Yesterday, Dave and I had to go grocery shopping and it was one of the worst experiences. First, we had to take the bus to the Oshawa Centre, and that wasn't too bad, but I know I have to keep waiting for him to catch up with me. We both have walkers now. I let him use this one here, and I use the folding metal one that the hospital supplied him with. It's not good for getting around because it has no back wheels. So it actually works better for me when I keep it folded and just lean on it on one side like a glorified crutch. We seriously need to get Dave another walker like mine. I can jazz his locker. Why do I keep saying locker instead of walker? My mouth isn't awake yet. With some rubber ducky lights. Yellow's his favorite color, and maybe a strip of Batman fabric around the strap, the way I have my Kiss fabric. If we're going to be hobbling around, we might as well have fun with it. So I used this walker when we were in the grocery store. Well, first of all, before we went to the grocery store, we were going to take the bus there and stop downtown so I could do my banking. But the bus was so crowded. It seemed like half of Oshawa's population were cramming onto that bus. So we had to go all the way back into the mall and call a cab to take us from Shoppers Drug Mart to the grocery store. And I was really lucky because I ran into my old friend Maggie from the living room, and she made the call for us, and the cab was there in less than 5 minutes. They said 5 to 10, but as soon as we got out there, it was there. So he took us to the No Frills, well, actually to Beatrice Street. We stopped at Dairy Queen and had peanut butter parfaits, and then we went into the grocery store. And there were a couple times I just had to go outside and decompress because I was dangerously close to a meltdown. In fact, I had a mini meltdown because I felt like I was in everyone's way. I just had to get out of there. When I was, like, Dave was taking forever to shop. He takes forever to do everything these days because of his illness. And I'm pulling up the slack. And I got us the cereal. I would run back with my walker and get things that are on the list, but it was just too hectic. Twice I had to sit outside and wait for him. And the first time, get a load of this, the first time I came out, there was a carton of chocolate milk on the bench. Well, mind you, 2/3 of a carton, like one of those liter ones, and I drank it. I know, you don't know where it's been. You don't know if the person before you had some communicable disease, but it hit the spot. I needed it. Anyway, I was so glad when this was over with. Our cab driver was super nice, drove us home. We had to make a couple extra trips to get the groceries into the apartment. At least it was the two of us together. I wasn't having to do it on my own. Oh, but I was so exhausted, and I tried to take a nap and I couldn't. My mind was all too wound up. So I had a nice bath. That helped. Anyway, what else is new? I'm hoping to do my my gallery show in Bob Cajun. Hey, it looks like I've lost a mushroom on this thing. Yeah, right there. Okay, so how long have I been talking now? 5 minutes and 23 seconds. Oh, we had a pretty good dinner at the keg. Dave refused to eat anything. He said it would just go right through him. But his dad was kind of suspicious about that. Like, you need to eat. But I was glad when that evening was over because it was so noisy in there. And it got louder. The music gets louder. More people's conversations get louder. People talk too much. I wish I was in Japan. Vince just got back from Japan, and he said it was amazing. But when you go out in public, nobody talks because we have, like, in Japan, 100 million people crammed into an area a quarter the size of Ontario, and they respect each other's personal space. You don't hear anyone talking on the train. I would love that, because once during one of our shopping errands, we were on the bus together, and there were this couple of teenagers across from us, and we overheard them talking. It sounded like they were making fun of our walkers. The one girl, she was like yakety 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 yakety. She non-stop talked during the whole bus ride home, and it took us an hour to get from the Oshawa Center to our place. They stopped at every light, and someone had to get on and off at every single motherfucking stop. Oh, and even though we were almost home, I thought, like, why didn't I think of this sooner? Like, I don't always think straight when I'm stressed. I put my MP3 player on and cranked up my Kiss music. I thought, I'm gonna be hearing that girl's voice in my nightmares. Yakety, yakety, yakety. Oh, I need a vacation. Somebody please buy quilts so I can afford the convention. Shannon's quilt is almost done. Well, the horses are anyway. Then I have that pain in the ass job of sandwiching them with the batting and the backing. Anyway, when I finally get paid, it will be worth it, and I have several other projects on my agenda, including a Disney princess quilt. That reminds me, Dave's occupational therapist came the other day, and she was just blown away by my work. Like, I had such a thrill showing her all my quilts, and she loves carousels as much as I do, even though she'd never heard of the NCA before. I got to tell her about all my amazing conventions and adventures. Anyway, it should be open. What is the time now? 6:51. Oh, these places are real sticklers about opening on time and not letting people in until then. And until then, bye-bye. Be back soon. Thanks for watching.